Hey everyone, it's Kyle here. We are back this week looking through our Life Transformation Bible in our daily reading. We just kicked off a brand new series here at Alive Church called New Perspective, where we can look at our lives today as followers of Jesus and how we can look at our lives and what we're going through and the situations that we face on a day-to-day life from a perspective of God's perspective. And this week our message was on God's will. And we talked about how oftentimes in life we might have a plan, we might have an idea of what we want to do, and how can we match that up with what God has for us in our lives and what God's will is for us. Because we know that Jesus was the ultimate example of somebody that submitted to God's will. Jesus came down to earth and took the punishment for our sins by dying on the cross. And there was a moment in the Garden of Gethsemane where Jesus is praying to God the Father, saying, God, take this cup of suffering away from me. If there's any other way that this can happen without me needing to be crucified, please make it so. But then he also says, yet God, I'm submitting to your will. I want your will to be done for my life. So we can look to Jesus as the ultimate example of how we can submit to God's will. Right? We can submit our plans, our hope for our future, our relationships, what we're going through in a day-to-day life, what's happening at school, what's happening at work, right? The stress, the anxiety, the decisions that need to be made. Give those up to God. Grow closer to him through reading our Bible, through prayer, through understanding, through talking to Christians that are like-minded, so that we can better understand who God is and what God's will is for our lives. And really that starts with that ultimate decision of making Jesus the leader of your life. So today, our activity, our craft, is going to be making an invitation to God. What you're going to need to do, you can get a postcard, you can get a piece of paper, you can get a greeting card, whatever you might have lying around the house. You're going to draw a picture. I had an awesome volunteer draw this for me a lot better than what I would have done. And draw a path in you walking towards God, right? When we make the decision to make Jesus the leader of our lives, when we want to submit to God's will for us, we need to be on that path with him. We need to be making the right choices. We need to be disciplined in our daily lives to be able to grow closer to God and to understand him more, right? So this is us walking on that path. Yeah, we're going to make mistakes. Yeah, we're going to mess up. Things are going to happen in our lives. But ultimately, day in, day out, submitting to God's will, saying, God, I want you to decide what's best for me in my life. So this is us on that path. And on the inside, decorate it, but what you want to write is saying some sort of invitation to God, right? So we wrote in here, God, I invite you to be the leader of my life. I choose to follow your will. It looks like our volunteer wrote, love, Stewie. All right, so be on the lookout for him, one of our wacky characters in our kids' videos. But this week, talking about God's will, talking about submitting to what he has for us in our lives. It might be easy to find out. It might be hard. It might be difficult to see what God's will is for our lives. But as we continue to pray, as we continue to grow closer to him, be in tune with what he has for us, he's going to reveal that to us. He wants to reveal that to us. He wants us to have an amazing life that's fulfilling and satisfying, and ultimately that glorifies him in what we do with that. Well, that's it for me this week. But stay tuned all year long. We're going through the Life Transformation Bible. Just kicked off a new series, New Perspective. Talked about God's will. And if you need one of these Bibles, we'll give one to you for free. We'll mail it to you. We hand them out here at church as well. Please email us at info@alivechurch.com. We've got kids, youth, adult, Spanish, and we have large text edition of the readings at the beginning of the Bible. We'll give these to you for free. Come see us on the weekend. We'll hand one of these to you for free. And yeah, that's it for me this week. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. See you soon. Take care.